It's an integration course for immigrants. So this is an update about integration course for all the immigrants who wish to attend integration course next year 2025. So I would like you to sit down and listen to this video. I welcome you all. Like you know, my name is Linda. I base here in Germany and I create educational content like this that will help to impact life. If you like this kind of content, kindly subscribe, put on your notification bell to all notifications so that you will know when we upload a new video, and YouTube will be bringing our videos to you. And to my returning subscribers, I appreciate you all. May God Almighty bless you. So before I play this video, you're going to watch two different videos talking about integration. That is the recent update. And for those who are preparing to write exam, either A1, A2, B1 to C1, this you will see some tips that can help you to write this exam. I tell people that nothing good comes easy. Once you want to start something and you start up with fear, or maybe somebody will tell you, oh, B1 is so difficult, B5 is so difficult, you should ask yourself, are there not people that passed it? Everything in this life, for me, is determination. When you are determined, you work hard, you will surely achieve your aim. But if you bet judging on people's experience or what you have heard, you are not going to go anywhere. So listen to the update and the tips that can help you to study and pass any exam that we are wishing to write. Thank you, and I wish you success.
This one is an update for people who are going to start their integration course next year. The integration course is made up of the language till B1 and the Lebens in Deutschland. Yeah, so the language next year is made up of 700 hours, and the Lebens in Deutschland is made up of 100 hours, which is always been 100 hours. Now, it depends on if you're going to do an intensive course, that is intensive course, Monday to Friday up to 6 hours, or you're going to do just part-time course for people who are working. So it all depends on the plan that you will have from your rat house and so on. Now, another important information that I'll have to state here is that you're not supposed to absent up to 15 times. If you absent up to 15 times, you're going to be thrown out of the course. You're going to be thrown out of the program. Now, I know somebody might ask you, oh, how can somebody absent up to 15 times? It's very normal for a course that is going to run for up to 6 months. There is a high probability that some people can even absent up to that 15 times. And you know, when you absent 15 times for a course that is running for 6 hours per day, just multiply it. You know how many hours that you have already lost. Okay, now the next thing is at the end of the course, if you absent this 15 times and you're thrown out of the course, it means if you want to do your integration course in the future, you will be the one to cover the course, not the government again, right? Because they are the one covering the course for you. So if you cannot follow their rules and regulation, after that, if you want to do anything, you'll be the one to cover your course yourself. Then the next thing is, if you succeed to the end of the course, then you go for your exam, you fail. They're going to just look some of your absences, that's your Fehrstunde, and see if they can allow you to go back. And if you go back, they said they are going to be giving from 0 to maximum 300 hours, which can, I don't know how many days is that. Do your calculation, and then you're going to be assisted, and you can go back and repeat, and then you write your exam. So this is the updates I have for you people. Stay safe. I love you so much. If you need any other additional information, just write me. Shalom.
Are you looking to write your German language exam very soon? Well, this video might just be for you, as I would try to explain the do's and don'ts that as regards to the German language exam, be it B1, A2, A1, B2, whatever, as long as it is the German language exam. This video should help you understand what to do and what not to do as to enable you pass your German language exam. Let me just start by saying, my darling, you have to understand the exam format. Understand the exam format, okay? Each exam, okay, be it Goethe Institute, be it TELC, be it TESDAF, they all have their own specific structure. You have to understand that. You should practice according to the exam, okay, the institute you're going to write. So if you are going to write Goethe, you should practice with the Goethe standard, okay? If you're going to write Telk, you should practice with the Telk standard. If you're going to write TESDAF, you should practice with the TESDAF standard, okay? It doesn't make any sense. If you are going to write Goethe and you're using Telk to practice, and if you're going to write TESDAF and you're using Goethe to practice, familiarize yourself, okay, with past papers and their standards, and this would help you understand and know exactly how to prepare and exactly what you are preparing for. And also, let me just tell you this, do not attempt to write Deutsch. Do not attempt to write the German language based on your understanding and one-to-one translation of the English language. They do not function the same way. Deutsch is Deutsch, English is English. Some things might be similar, but if you translate if you translate Deutsch exactly one-to-one based on English, you are bound to get confused. You are bound to make mistakes. And if you use this in your exam, darling, you are about to lose points and fail. Let me help you understand this. In English, we have mainly THE, which we use for almost everything, the house, the man, the this, the that, THE. But in German, we have der, die, das. We have den, we have dem, we have, oh my God, we have a whole lot. Okay, there is dative, there is accusative, there is nominative, there is a whole lot. So to be safe, learn German and learn German, okay? And do not translate every little German into English. You are bound to make mistakes. You are bound to get confused. And if you use this style for your exam, you are bound to fail it. Let me give you a typical example. So in German, if we say, heute komme ich nicht, if you translate it one-to-one in English, it just simply means today come I not. It doesn't make sense and it is wrong. So understand your German properly, and I would suggest that you just put English aside or whatever language you speak. Okay, so for you to pass your German language exam, you should focus mainly on the points, okay? The more points you lose, definitely you are bound to fail. And the more points you score, the more points you have, yes, my darling, then you know that you are on your way to success of passing the exam. How are you going to make sure you do not lose so many points in your German exam? So many people lose points in Schreiben, writing. You are expected to know how to construct a simple sentence and also a complicated sentence. Now, this all depends on your niveau, A1, A2, B1, B2. But whatever niveau you are on, you are expected, okay, to be able to construct a sentence. And constructing a sentence is not just writing or making a sentence. How correct is your sentence, okay? How correct, how accurate is your sentence? Does your sentence even make sense? Now, this is one way you can make sure that you construct a good sentence, be able to tell a good story, and make sure it makes sense. Your sentence should have at least a subject, an object, an action, and in most cases also a manner, a time, and place. Which just simply means if someone is reading your sentence or your story or whatever it is you have written, the person should be able to understand who is involved, what is involved, where is it happening, what is happening. You understand where is it taking place. So this whole thing is something that you should actually try to involve when you're writing. And also very importantly, where does your noun come in? Does it come at the beginning? Does it come at the second place? Does it come at the end of your sentence? These are little mistakes that you make that matters. And also your question. How are you asking your question? You should be asking your questions with the V-Frage. Wo, wie, was, warum, weshalb. Those are the V questions that you can use, okay? V-Frage, V, to ask a question. And let me just tell you this. Every dot, every comma, every umlaut matters. They all carry points. So if you miss a comma somewhere, you are losing a point. If you write a word and you do not use the right alphabet for your spelling, darling, you are going to lose a point. You know that in the German language alphabets, there are some of them that have the umlaut, okay? Our U it depends on what you want to write. You have to know when to use the U with umlaut, the with umlaut. You have to know when to use them. The O with umlaut, know in what word, in what sentence, in what spelling you have to use them. If you use them wrongly, you are definitely going to lose a point. If you start a word, or if you start a sentence and you do not start with capital letter for the first word, you are bound to lose another point. So these are little mistakes that you make that you think that do not matter, but they really matter. You will lose a point for every missing comma, for every missing dot, for every missing capital letter, for every missing umlaut. You will lose a point. And of course, grammar and vocabulary play a huge role. They really do matter. The more grammar you know, the more vocabulary you know, the better for you. So it would be in your own interest to expand your vocabulary. And you can easily do this using flashcards, okay? Or you use apps like Anki. It also helps. And lastly, for scribing and writing, there is a vocabulary level standard for every German language niveau. For A1, there is a vocabulary standard. For A2, there is a vocabulary standard. For B1, for B2, there is a vocabulary standard. And you are expected to write according to your niveau. So if you're writing B1 or B2, you are expected to write according to the B1, B2 vocabulary standard. You shouldn't be writing with A1 or A2 level vocabulary standard if you are already in B2, B1, or C1. It matters a lot. Now, what am I talking about? Let me give you a simple common example, okay? So if you are in B2 or B1, okay, instead of saying yet, which is A1 or A2, you could actually write or say actuel. So if you are going to say, if you are expected to say immer and you are in B1, B2, you could actually say ständig or write ständig, okay? Or let's say you want to say jeden Tag. Jeden Tag is A1, A2 niveau. And if you are in B1, B2 niveau, you are expected to say or use täglich. Or oft. Oft is A1, A2 niveau. If you are in the B1, B2 niveau, you are expected or you should say häufig or häufig. Now they know you know what you're doing and you're definitely going to gain points instead of losing your points.